Let me tell you something that nobody on Instagram is ready to hear. There is a group of people in Pennsylvania, not far from where I grew up, who have been living by a set of appearance rules so strict, so completely opposite to everything social media stands for, that if those rules got enforced on Instagram tomorrow, the entire platform would collapse overnight. Millions of accounts would vanish, half the beauty industry would shut down, and influencers would have an actual identity crisis. I know because I grew up inside those rules. My name is Eliza. I am an ex-Amish girl from Pennsylvania, and today I am going to walk you through 7 real Amish modesty rules that I lived under, that I followed every single day, and that would absolutely destroy Instagram if they were applied to anyone outside of Lancaster County. And before you think this is just going to be me making fun of where I came from, it is not. Some of these rules, when I look back at them now from the outside, make more sense than anything I see scrolling through my phone, and some of them genuinely broke something in me that took years to repair. Both of those things are true, so let us get into it. Rule number 1, no photographs of yourself, ever. Not one, not a selfie, not a candid, not a photo at a family gathering where you can be recognized. The Amish belief on this comes from a serious reading of the Second Commandment, which warns against making graven images. PBS documented this directly from Amish communities themselves. The belief is that posing for a photograph promotes vanity and elevates the individual above the community. The self cannot be put on display. Now think about what that does to Instagram. Instagram is literally a platform built on photographs of yourself, your face, your body, your outfit, your location, your food, your life, all of it photographed and presented for other people to react to. The entire architecture of that app is the opposite of this one rule. Every influencer, every brand deal, every sponsored post, every story, every reel, every before and after, every transformation, every outfit of the day, all of it gone under rule number 1. The platform would not survive day 2. Rule number 2, no makeup, none. I want to be clear about how complete this rule is. Not just no heavy makeup, not just no contouring, no lipstick, no mascara, no concealer, no foundation, no eyeshadow, no nail polish, no tinted moisturizer, nothing. Amish women do not wear cosmetics because makeup is considered a tool of vanity, a deliberate attempt to look different from how God made you, and a signal that you care more about your outward appearance than your inner character. Eric Vessner, who wrote the widely cited book on Amish culture and has spent decades studying these communities, confirmed that cosmetics are broadly rejected across all Old Order Amish districts. The beauty industry in the United States alone is worth over $500 billion globally. The largest single category driving it is makeup and cosmetics. Half of what Instagram runs on is beauty content: tutorials, reviews, get ready with me videos, transformation posts. Under Amish rule number 2, every single beauty influencer disappears from the platform. Every makeup tutorial, every product review, every glow up, every before and after. It does not just reduce Instagram, it removes an entire category of human content creation. Rule number 3, no jewelry, and I mean no jewelry at all. Not a necklace, not a bracelet, not earrings, not a ring of any kind, including your wedding ring. I want to say that again because people always stop when they hear it. Amish couples do not exchange wedding rings. The Amish base this on verses in the Bible, including 1 Timothy, which instructs women not to adorn themselves with gold or pearls. Jewelry is seen as ornamentation, as something that draws attention to yourself and signals to others that you have something they do not. It feeds what the Amish call Hochmut, which is the German word for pride and arrogance, and is considered one of the most serious threats to community harmony. Instead of a ring, a groom in an Amish community might give his new wife a practical gift, something like a set of china or a clock, something useful for the home. No diamonds, no gold, no silver. Under this rule, the entire jewelry section of every Instagram shop link disappears. Every influencer post showing off a new necklace, a stacked ring set, a bracelet from a sponsored brand deal. All of it gone under Rule 3. Rule number 4, your dress must cover everything, be loose-fitting, and come in only solid colors. I wore this every day of my life until I left. A cape dress, which is a specific 3-piece construction that includes the main dress, a cape layered across the shoulders and chest, and an apron over the front. It covered me from my collar to my ankles. Long sleeves, no patterns, no prints, no stripes, no florals, solid colors only. And in many communities, those colors are limited to dark greens, blues, browns, grays, and black. Bright colors like red, orange, yellow, and hot pink are explicitly not allowed in many districts. Amish America documented actual ordning rules from a Montana Amish church that stated directly, and I am quoting this, not form-fitting, no bright colors such as red, orange, yellow, or pink, clothes to be of plain material. Clothing was made from generous amounts of fabric, specifically so that it would not follow the shape of the body. The point was that your figure was private. Your body was not for display. Under Rule 4, every fashion influencer loses the content of their entire account. Every outfit post, every body positive photo, every color pop, every matching set, every summer dress haul, every curve hugging anything. Gone. Rule number 5. Your hair must never be cut and must never be seen in public. I had never had a haircut in my life before I left. Not one. Amish women do not cut their hair because of a biblical interpretation from 1 Corinthians, which describes long hair as a woman's glory and natural covering. Cutting it is considered a shame. So you grow it your entire life and you pin it up every single morning into a tight bun, and then you cover that bun with a cap, which is the white or black prayer covering that you have definitely seen on Amish women if you have ever passed through Lancaster County. The cap has its own rules. The white cap was worn daily, and inside, the black bonnet went over it when you traveled outside or went to town. The cap styles differ between communities, and an Amish person can often identify which district another person is from just by the shape of their covering. In some communities, the white cap has at least 30 pleats in it, and women wash, iron, and pleat their caps by hand each time they need cleaned. Under Rule 5, every hair tutorial, every hair color transformation, every cut and style video, every hair product review, every beach waves post, all of it requires showing your actual hair to the world, which under this rule does not happen. The hair care industry online vanishes. Rule number 6. No zippers, no buttons in some communities, no Velcro, nothing decorative on any garment. This one always surprises people the most because it seems like such a small detail until you understand why it exists. Zippers and decorative buttons are considered too fancy. They draw attention. They are unnecessary embellishments on a garment whose only job is to cover the body modestly. Amish clothing is fastened with straight pins, hook and eye closures, and sometimes snaps. The absence of decorative hardware is intentional. The Amish view Gelassenheit, which means yielding and letting go of the self, as something that has to be expressed in every single detail of how you present yourself to the world, including what holds your clothes together. It sounds extreme, but the logic is completely consistent. If the point of clothing is not to impress anyone, then every single element of that clothing, down to its fasteners, should also not impress anyone. Under Rule 6, every fashion detail shot disappears from Instagram. Every up-close photo of an interesting hem, a beautiful zipper, an embellished collar, every clothing detail that photographers spend time capturing, none of it is allowed to exist in the first place. Rule number 7, no mirrors for vanity. Mirrors exist in Amish homes, but they are not for standing and looking at yourself. This one is subtle, but it is the one that I think about the most now. The Amish do use mirrors. They are not completely absent, but the rule around them is that you do not stand in front of one admiring yourself. You do not check your reflection repeatedly. You do not use a mirror to assess whether you look good. Amish furniture factories and community observers have noted that Amish teachings specifically discourage using a mirror for admiring oneself or for extensive grooming. You check that your cap is straight, that you are presentable, and you walk away. The mirror is a functional tool, not a source of self-image. Now think about what Instagram is. At its most foundational level, Instagram is a mirror. It is a surface you hold up to yourself and then show that reflection to everyone else and wait to see how they respond. Every like, every comment, every follower count is a form of feedback on what you see in that mirror. Under Rule 7, the entire psychology that Instagram runs on, the loop of looking at yourself and seeking a reaction, is the exact thing Amish culture has been actively resisting for 300 years. Now I want to tell you something honest from my own experience before I finish. When I left and I started wearing jeans for the first time and I could see a store and buy something in whatever color I wanted and I put on earrings for the first time in my life, it felt like oxygen. I am not going to pretend those rules did not feel like a cage, because for me, they did. The feeling of choosing how you present yourself to the world, that is real and that matters, and I was not prepared for how good it felt. But I also want to tell you that since I have been out and I have been on social media and I have watched what it does to people, including what it has done to me on certain days, I have had moments where I genuinely understood something those rules were trying to protect against. Not the specific rules themselves, not the reason every detail was dictated from the outside, but the underlying idea that your appearance is not your identity, that the way you dress does not determine your worth, and that spending hours every day performing yourself for other people's reactions is not actually a form of freedom. Instagram would break under these 7 rules overnight. That is just true. The entire platform is built on everything the Amish have been deliberately walking away from since before photography existed. But maybe the most interesting question is not whether Instagram would survive those rules. Maybe the more interesting question is what we are losing by living without any version of them at all. I am Eliza, I am from Pennsylvania, and I left, but I did not stop thinking.